The European Union is considering imposing rules to restrict its member governments from using US cloud providers to handle sensitive data as part of its tech sovereignty package that's due to be released on May 27th. This doesn't impact private sector companies. This would apply essentially to public organizations, that kind of thing. Next up here, we have agencies from the US, Canada, Japan, the United Kingdom, the European Union have now published the Software Bill of Materials for AI minimum elements that obviously focuses on AI, as it says on the tin. This document aims to help public and private sector organizations enhance transparency in their AI systems and supply chains. Hey, SBOM's good. SBOM's for AI, also good, I think is the track of thinking there. And finally, the British government announced on Wednesday that its intention is to update the Computer Misuse Act after years of warnings that outdated legislation was hindering security researchers and weakening the country's cyber defenses. The original law came out in 1990, which I think, if I check my calendar, was a long time ago. Lots of big stuff here. Gary, let's start with you here. Which one of these kind of interests you? What do you think is going to have the biggest impact?
I think the one with the biggest impact is going to be the first one, which is what the EU does, right? We can't just say, oh, just because it's going to be just for government stuff that the private entities won't be as impacted. That might be true from a legal perspective, but we all know everybody follows and they want one standard and they try to go in one direction. But long story short, when we have all these restrictions for like Chinese companies to use American cloud providers and things like that, and then they start adding their laws, and you start with this decoupling. Really. In China, they have their own operating systems. They started building them whenever we started adding these firewalls, so to speak, for our technologies. And so there's this decoupling, and then now they're building out a bunch of stuff, and that really impacts the level of influence that America has. So if the EU goes this route, I think that really impacts way more than just the technology, but also just the cultures and everything. I think right now there's a lot more globalization, especially within the Western countries, because we share so many things, and technology is one of those things. So we speak a more common language. It allows us to be more cohesive. It allows us to have some of the more similar values. So I think that has the biggest impact financially, culturally, all of these sort of aspects.